got something else. I'm going to see if I can share screen and play a little short video. It's less than a minute long, but I'll set it up. It is a group, and I don't know who the group is, but this is a report about that group. That this group is a, I guess you'd probably call it intercessor group, and it doesn't say in the video that they go to heaven, that they listen from heaven or in heaven. It doesn't say that. But what I want to do is highlight a dynamic that is happening with this group, and that's this. This group hears from God on an individual basis. They bring that information together and they compare it among themselves. Now, the cool part is that they've gotten enough clout and enough success that they've heard correctly, that the police and the FBI now feed them information about missing persons. According to the report, they found about 100 missing people. So what they do is the FBI feeds them whatever information they have about a missing person. The group goes, individually prays, then comes back together, compares what they call the patterns. In other words, what are the similarities among the different ones that have asked the Lord? They compare the patterns, and then from there they go back and inquire of the Lord based on the commonality or the confirmation that they've gotten in those patterns. And then they come back and feed that information to the FBI. Now, one more thing is, this is my kind of, you might say, conclusion, or the thing I want to draw out of this. This is why we do activations. Why do we do activations? So we learn how to hear. Not only on an individual basis, but what we want to do is to learn how to be able to hear on a corporate basis, so that we become what Jesus said to Peter, upon this rock of revelation. In other words, upon your skill and your ability to hear the heavenly signals, this is how I will build not just my general church, my Ecclesia, my called out ruling ones. And so why do we do activations? So we learn how and develop the capacity to hear and to be able to function not only as individuals, but as a collective hearing, and then speaking that into, here's another key point, the governments of this earth. Some of you remember Ron Jones. He said, I see 5 things merging in his first book called The Merger. So God and man, time and eternity, heaven and earth, the communities of heaven and the communities of earth, and the governments of heaven and the governments of earth. So what we're going to see, what we're hearing about in this particular little video and in our practice is we, the government of heaven, we're learning to integrate with the governments of heaven, are now beginning to integrate with the governments of earth so that the kingdom of righteousness is established. So anyway, I'll see what I can do here. I hope this comes through here. So,
a group of Christians that help identify missing persons through prayer.
Yeah. They've come to the point where they have a partnership with the local police and the FBI. From what I am aware, I think the police are kind of the mindset of, we don't really know exactly what you're doing. All we know is that you are gaining results for us.
It's working.
Yeah, they found hundreds of people.
Wow, hundreds of people.
Yeah. This team doesn't go looking, but they listen and they report to the police what they've heard. When they find out that there's a person who's missing, they will independently pray and ask the Lord for information. Lord, can you show me where this person is right now? Is there an image that you can give me of what it looks like? Is there a route you can show me? And things along those lines, I imagine, is what they're asking him for specifics. And then they get together, they share what they heard, and they have this discernment process where they basically look for patterns. Did anyone else hear that? Did anyone else see that? And when they start seeing commonalities among multiple people who've independently been listening for God, then they can take steps forward and press in further. They can go back to prayer prayer and ask God for more specific information.
What's so incredible, though, is that is available to all of us for anything, as much as the Lord's willing to provide, but we have to ask and listen.
So, what is our Zoom time? What's our Zoom time unto? What's it lead us to? Well, obviously, we're all really enjoying the personal reward and enjoyment of the presence of the Lord. We're all growing individually. But what I think the Lord is doing, and we probably started out not really having this as our agenda or objective, but I think the Lord just says, you know what? I'm going to grow you guys into becoming an expression of the governments of heaven. Going to learn how to govern in the heavenly realm and be able to actually partner then with the governments of earth. So just one small little expression of that, and gives us courage